There's nothing quite like functional aesthetics, and there's nothing more functional and aesthetic than a watch. And on top of that, having a nice watch is an easy way to make your outfit look intentional and put together. So in this video, we're gonna be looking at my 5 watches plus one I can't live without. Before we start, I do just wanna say that everything here in my collection are all considered affordable watches. So if you are interested in getting any of these for yourself, you won't have to burn too much of a hole in your pocket. So going from the most affordable to the most expensive, we're gonna start over here with the Timex Weekender. This watch was gifted to me, and actually most of the watches that I have here, except for one, were all gifted to me. So everything I have to say about these is purely based on my experience and not how much I had to sacrifice to get them. This Timex Weekender is really nice because it comes in at just $40, and honestly, it's kind of become a staple. I hate to admit it because it's not the nicest of materials, and it's definitely not the nicest watch that I have, but I find myself throwing this on all the time. I will say it is my only watch with a leather strap, and I think that largely plays into why I wear it so often. I also really like the color combination, how we have brown, silver, and then a black face. Something else I really like about having a leather band is they're almost always adjustable, unlike a lot of the metal bands that I have. So it's really nice to be able to change it up, because if you do have a metal watch that's constrained by the link, then you have to either be able to adjust it on your own or take it in to get it adjusted, which usually costs money. And even if it was free, it's kind of a pain to have to go out of your way to change the size of a band. So I really like having a leather strap because of its functionality, because of the comfort, because of the nice look, and then of course, it's just as functional as any of my other watches. So I really like the Timex Weekender. If you're not looking to get into anything too expensive or too nice, but want to just have a watch to kind of elevate your outfits, something that looks a little bit more intentional, I would highly recommend the Timex Weekender. Now moving on to my Shark Freestyle Analog. This thing has been honestly really cool for me. Like I said, I have a lot of watches that have metal bands, and this is the first watch that I was gifted that didn't have a metal band on it. I like the functionality. I like that you can bring it with you anywhere. You know it's not gonna get super scratched or damaged, and if it does, that's kind of what it's for. So something else I really like about this watch is, yes, it is a watch that you can definitely get roughed up. You can take on adventures with you. You can get wet. Like most watches, and you can play really hard with this. But something that I love is that this is the analog style. Most of the Shark watches are digital, but this one still has the classic analog look, which I think just looks really sharp. And unlike these other watches, if I don't know what my day is gonna be looking like, if I'm going boating or hiking or something like that, then it's nice to be able to just have a watch that I can still have on me and know that I'm not gonna ruin or lose it like I maybe would with one of my metal watches. And then this one is still priced very affordably, but again, it's just a really good buy at $70. So I recommend having one of these, especially if you were like me and only have metal watches. It's nice to have something like this that you can still carry around with you. Now I'm making my way over to the MVMT Revolver Sam Kolder collaboration. When it comes to the Sam Kolder collaboration, the only thing you really get different is the color scheme. You get the gold, you get this specialty engraving on the back that says Sam Kolder with a palm tree on it, and then you get this blue dial with the gray face. So it's just a really pretty, nice look. This also came with another strap that matches the face if you don't want to be too loud with all of the gold. This thing just looks really good. I know people hate on MVMT a ton just because they're pretty high priced for not having really nice movements on the inside. As far as the look, the style, the aesthetic, the colorways, honestly, MVMT does it really good. I've had this for probably about 7 years, and I always get compliments on it. I really like it. Of course, the only people that are gonna be hating on watches like this are gonna be the true connoisseurs who are wearing like a Tissot PRX, a Speedmaster, or just simply hate watches that aren't made in Switzerland or Japan, which is the case with this one. So if you don't really care about having a politically nice watch, this is a really nice watch to have. And I do recommend the MVMT watches. Again, there is a lot of hate, so if you do want to have a MVMT watch, definitely prepare yourself for the backlash. But again, I like that watch as far as just having a nice watch to dress up your fit. It looks good, it feels good, and I enjoy it. Now making our way over to the Sentry SS Nixon watch. Again, this is another company that watch connoisseurs aren't gonna love. Nixon doesn't make really nice Swiss MVMT watches. This isn't gonna be a watch that impresses a guy that has a watch collection, but it's very heavy. The materials are really premium, it looks good, and it feels really good. Something else I really love about this is it's also held up really well. I got this gifted to me 5 years ago, and it doesn't have a single scratch on it, not even the face. And I've worn this hundreds of times. So if you're not really too worried about what watch collectors might say, I would definitely recommend getting into one of these. I will say they are pretty expensive. You could get a watch that is respected by the watch community at this price range. This comes in at about $350. I think you can get them for $325 MSRP, but this one was customized. So I think it came out at about $350 or $375 before tax. So again, not the cheapest watch, but I've really enjoyed it. and I recommend it to anyone who really loves the look. Also, something I don't want to skip over on this watch, it does have a functional day and date indicator on it. It honestly looks really good, it works really good, and like I said, I've had this for 5 years and have never had any problems with it whatsoever. So again, if you do like this, it feels really great, it looks great, and I also get compliments on this one. So go ahead and check it out if you're into that. Now lastly, we have the Seiko 5 Pepsi. This watch is just amazing for so many reasons, from the build quality to the look, to how it holds up, to how many compliments I get. And then probably my favorite thing about it is it's an automatic movement, which means you don't have to change the batteries. That is something I really don't like about battery powered or quartz movements, is you have to change the battery on them. It's not like a hard thing. You could just order them on Amazon and do it yourself. It's not a big deal. But the thing is, at least for me, is I don't really get around to it. I've even bought batteries to replace some of these, and for some reason, I just never find myself taking it out to change the battery. But it's nice because this thing you could leave in a drawer for 2 years, and once you start moving it a little bit, it has this little weight on the back which starts powering the watch, and it moves on its own. And then it lasts about 3 days. If you wear this every 3 days, you'll never have to change it, and it'll never run out of battery. And also it just looks really, really cool. Something about being able to see the movement on the back, it looks really pretty. And again, like I said, it's super functional. Not that many of us would be taking something like this diving, but it is a diver's watch, and you do get this ring that you can turn right here. This is called the Pepsi watch because of the blue and red you have right here. And then something else that's really nice about this watch is it's also luminescent. So these white dials right here, whether it's from the light in your room or from the light outside, it will charge those. So at night when you cover it, it glows in the dark and you can still see the face. So that's a really cool feature. And this one comes in at about $395. And I will say something about this Seiko 5 that I really like. I think it's really cool. I do appreciate watches that can hold their value, but at the same time, the cool thing about this is even though these range from up to about $550, you can find these as cheap as like $160 to $200 used. And again, they're just brilliant watches. I've had this one for 7 years and the material has held up really, really well. It doesn't even have any scratches on it, and I've just absolutely beat this thing up. I've also worn this one hundreds of times in various situations. So that does bring us to the watch that I can't live without, and that would be the Seiko 5 watch. It has just been incredible for me. And on top of that, this was the first nice watch that I was ever given. And it was given to me because I was doing a service project for a man. I was coming back for about 2 hours a week for a few weeks. And then I was actually moving, and before I moved, the person that I was doing the service project for, they noticed that I really like watches, and up in their room, they had a drawer full of watches. They opened it and they told me I could pick any watch that I wanted. And this was the watch that I went with. So it was a really, really cool way to receive this watch, and it was given to me from the kindness of somebody's heart, somebody that I built a relationship with. So while all of these are very meaningful to me, not only is this one meaningful, but it's also just the best when it comes to quality, the look, the compliments, just all around. This has been my favorite watch. I would say next up, I really would love to add like a Tissot PRX. And then a step above that, I would really love to get into an Omega Speedmaster. So these are very, very entry-level watches. I don't have anything considered a luxury necessarily, but again, I've been running all of these for a few years and I've enjoyed all of them a lot. So if there are any of these that you feel like would be a perfect fit for you, I would definitely check them out. If you guys like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.